Hey guys, it's Daniel. Welcome back.
In January of 2003, a biography about Layne Staley titled Layne Staley, Angry Chair was published. The book was written by Adriana Rubio, an Argentinian journalist. What makes this biography noteworthy is that it contains what is allegedly Layne Staley's last ever interview. On June 30th of 2006, a second edition of the book was released. This new edition would be titled Layne Staley, Get Born Again, and featured an extended version of the alleged final Layne Staley interview. This alleged interview is a controversial one, in which Layne Staley is said to disown his former bandmates and dive deep into how terminally sick he is. Now, I keep saying alleged final Layne Staley interview because many people have come out over the years and have flat out said the interview is fabricated and never took place. In Adriana Rubio's defense, to date, there is no definitive evidence that the interview is false, however. By and large, though, it is widely believed the interview did not occur. One of the most highly respected Alice in Chains biographies is Alice in Chains: The Untold Story by David DeSola. At one point in this book, David DeSola actually asked questions regarding the legitimacy of this alleged final interview with Layne, pointing out a number of abnormalities. Layne's sister Liz went so far as to make a public statement once about the controversy. This is what she had to say. Quote, "I personally have never read Adriana's book. I did meet with her and speak with her at length. I also talked with Layne when I was contacted by her and let him know of her intentions to write a book about him. He let me know that he wanted no part of it. He said that he did not trust journalists and that they had never been honest in his experience. He also said for me to tell her, and I quote, tell her if she wants to write a book about someone, she should write it about herself. Anyone who knew Layne know that would be something he would say. When I heard Adriana claim to have spoken to Layne, I knew the book would be full of lies and I chose not to read it. The fact that she came out with that after his death made me sick. I regret that I ever spoke with her. In all of his wisdom, he was right again, and I unfortunately had to learn that the hard way. You might wonder why I ever spoke with her in the first place. Imagine watching your big brother, this incredible man trapped in his addiction, a personal hell on earth for years and years. When I was first contacted by Adriana, I was so grateful that this woman from another country was so impressed by him and wanted to tell his story and honor him in this way. I wanted Layne to know or hear again how much he was admired and loved, as he was such an extraordinary person. I even had the hope that a book written honoring him might be one of the things that might change his course. You grasp at straws after you've watched someone you love go through such strife for so long. I'm glad so many people realize what a joke this book was. I hate the thought of people believing her lies, but I know the truth, and that's why I will never read the book. No point." End quote. Personally, I believe that Liz is telling the truth and that the story is fabricated. Again, in Adriana's defense, considering Layne has passed, there is no definitive way to know 100% if the interview didn't happen. As someone documenting a story like this, I think it's important for me to look at things from all different angles. However, I do personally believe the story is false. The interview is fabricated. For the sake of transparency, I'll read to you a segment from the alleged final interview here. It should be noted that this alleged final interview is available online, and so there's nothing new or secret I'm revealing here by reading this, because it's already available publicly. Quote, "I know I'm dying. I'm not doing well. Don't try to talk about this to my sister Liz. She will know it sooner or later. This drug use is like the insulin a diabetic needs to survive. I'm not using drugs to get high like many people think. I know I made a big mistake when I started using this. It's a very difficult thing to explain. My liver is not functioning and I'm throwing up all the time. The pain is more than you can handle. It's the worst pain in the world. Dope sick hurts the entire body. I know I'm near death. I did crack and heroin for years. I never wanted to end my life this way. I know I have no chance. It's too late. I never wanted the public's thumbs up about this drug use. Don't try to contact any Alice in Chains members. They are not my friends. I was about 20, and music became my only obsession to stay alive. I had the chance to throw out all this anger by the music in order to help others. It was therapeutic and worked for me for a while, until my dad saw my picture printed on a magazine. I invested a lot of money on treatments. I know I did my best or what I thought would be right. I changed my number. I don't want to see people anymore, and it's nobody's business but mine." End quote. As you can see, there are some very serious things being said in this alleged interview, and so it's more than understandable why people close to Layne would be very upset about this being published, especially when all signs point to the fact that this interview is likely false.